What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody having, an awesome, safe, and blessed day. And hopefully y'all, everybody, wearing your mask. Hopefully. But as you can see from the title, we in season 3.5 now, and the homie Gogeta got blessed. Arcs, they the real MVP for how they buff Gogeta. Like, Gogeta is, like, in my opinion, he is amazing now. Like, he is in a much better position than he was last season. Like, last season and even before, when he first dropped, he, it felt, he felt kind of like he ain't had no direction. Like, they ain't know what to do with him. But thanks to y'all, and we all coming together talking about buff Gogeta, they finally listen, and it's the stuff that we've been asking for. It's certain things I wish was changed, but I go over mainly what they changed about him, so let's get started. So the first thing is the frame data. So let me make sure, Gogeta blocking. So this here 5L is only -3 now. At first it was -5. This was your only stagger button, so last season. So now it's basically even better to use, and 2L is -5 now. Last season it was like -8, -10, something like that. It was negative as F for sure. So now it's -5, so you can stagger with this now, and keep your pressure going. And his, let me see, I always get terminology mixed up. 5M, this is faster, goes further now. It's faster, however it's still -8, and I wish it was slightly less minus, but as they say, beggars can't be choosers. So you can still kind of sneak this in and stagger with it, because it's weird, because it's like it's -8, but you can still sneak in a stagger afterwards with 5L. So you can still use it like that. And then of course the 2M, the spiral arrow, is people say for Cammy, is much faster now and goes pretty far. As you can see, goes pretty far. It's still -13, which is okay, for as fast as it is and the reach it got. I'm fine with that. Now the one thing I'm not fine with is his 5LL is -10. I don't know why this is -10. You should be able to still stagger with this. Like, you should be able to stop your pressure from this and then keep going. But as time goes on, because the buffs they gave him was a step in the right direction, 100% a step in the right direction. So, and his beam is slightly faster now. His beam is slightly faster now. The recovery is still kind of yikes, but it's a little bit faster now. And what it means for it to be faster now is you can use it as a frame trap now. Because originally this beam here was like his galley gun. So I'll show you how it looked when you use galley gun in the stream. You had to always vanish whenever you did galley gun, or when you did this, because the opponent would probably try to mash vanish. But now this, it beats vanish now, so you can always like continue your pressure, and the thing is, beam into super dash is real. So you see, you can look at the difference here. You see I go straight into super dash, the CPU can't vanish compared to if I did something like this. So you can always do stuff like this, bam, you get a mix up. So now the opponent has to block more, and then you get a free super dash if they decide to, you know, block the super dash. And then the thing is, if you're doing a block string, you know, I dropped it, but you know, you get the idea. You just confirming the super dash right away, you know. So it beats vanish, beats mashing. If somebody try to hold up in expectation of the command grab, you know, you can do that. So that's real good. His pressure, in my opinion, got much better, you know, because of it. So that's that for his normals and frame data that got buffed. So the next thing is his assist. So his assist, we're gonna start with the A assist. A assist got buffed to the point that it goes full screen now. Originally, his A assist went probably about right here. His A assist went probably about right here. Oh, you know what? One thing I forgot. We gotta go back. We gotta rewind real quick. His JH got faster. This here. It got a bit faster now, so you can use his JH more in combos now. So certain combos, like this combo for example, originally last season you had to end it like that because JH was too slow and your combo, it was like too many hits, so your JH would always whiff. But now that is faster, you can, you know, use JH to get in a bit more hits or a bit more damage. So that's one thing to note about that. JH getting buff is a beautiful thing. But back to his assist. So his assist goes full screen now, which is like, it's basically a beam in my opinion. It goes full screen, and combined with, like, you know, Broly, you know, I can do stuff like this, get a full confirm, or, you know, go tanks, I can, you know, do this, you know, and get a full combo from now, or, you know, key blast, you know, whatever, you know, XYZ. So, you know, his A assist is still the same on block. What was it? Yeah, 29. It was the same as last season, but the fact that it goes full screen now, that is pretty nice. That's pretty nice. You can see with Gogeta foot, just the tip of it goes a bit further now. So his B assist goes out a bit further now. At first, his B assist would come out like basically directly in front of your character, which is basically nowhere, but now it's further out. So now it can, you know, it can be used more as a, you know, defensive kind of thing, like as it should have been, you know, just like other DP assists. And I think, let me see, 35? Was it always like that? Oh yeah, no wonder. It was because they was crouching. So yeah, the block stun was like this last season, so I guess if they stand in, there's more. But yeah, his B assist, you know, me personally, I don't see no reason to use his B assist with my team, but don't let what I say, you know, deter you from using his B assist, because what characters you have might work better to use his B assist. So please don't take what I say, you know, and just consider it law, you know, because B assist could work perfectly for your team where A assist might not work, or C assist. You know, it's all about preference, you know. So Gogeta has 3 real good assists, you know, they're pretty solid. So now his C assist, which is a buff to all C assists, you know, C assist comes out much faster, you know. So, and the damage got better overall when you use C assist. And Gogeta C assist is a tracking C assist, of course. And when you really think about it, having a C assist that tracks and it's a beam is pretty nice. Even though the tracking is still slightly yikes, you know, for stuff like that. You know, I never liked Galagun's angle, the way it hits. I always felt like they could have kind of expanded the range that Galagun hits at, like overall, because you just look at this. His, let me see. Yeah, I wish it was just bigger, but you know, his C assist got faster, it tracks for the most part. So, you know, that's what I use for my team. I run team ABC. Well, CBA. Gogeta C, Gotenks B, Broly A. So, the next thing is he got, you know, I guess this goes in line with his JH, you know, goes back to this. You know, now that his JH is faster, he got, you know, newer confirms now. So I'll probably put it at the end of this video, you know, just certain combos that he can do now. I'm sure I probably didn't figure them all out, but I could just show you some of the things that he can do now because his JH is faster. Like this here, that wasn't possible at first because his JH was too slow. So now you can do this. There we go. All right. So, you know, he gets real nice combos now, you know. So I just demonstrate just some combos that he got, you know, some new routes that he have and just new enders at the end of the video. But for now, I just wanted to talk about all the stuff that got buffed for him. So now the main thing, oh, forgot about this. So any Gogeta player, y'all know when we got reflected, we was dead. The reflect would only reflect one hit of 5L, so basically we was screwed and we just exploded after that. So now his 5LL or his 5L, you know, it reflects both hits. So now Gogeta is safe. It pushes him further back, so he's safe. So now when you do stuff like this, you won't feel like, you know, it's a death sentence if the opponent reflects. So that's actually big in my opinion too, because, you know, Gogeta has ways, you know, he got certain things that can gel into vanish. So now you can do it more reliably because 5L got, you know, buffed, and they fixed it when it gets reflected. So another thing, which is probably the main thing in my opinion, well, you know what? We gotta rewind again. So now that his 5L is basically safe versus reflex, he can reliably use command grab more now mid-screen because you +5 right here. But you never really wanted to do this because the opponent, you know, once they reflect and you do 5L, you basically die for it. So it was almost like you hated putting yourself in those situations where they can reflect, you know, and you know, the thought of them reflecting basically just kind of made you not want to do command grab mid-screen to basically keep the pressure going. So now, you know, you can keep doing that, and then if they reflect, you fine anyway, you know. So that's something, you know, to keep in mind. And I don't think they can actually backdash neither. Let me see. Have him go back twice. Oh, okay, he still can backdash. So that's the, I guess that's something I wish they can change in the future. They fixed the reflect thing. That was a big problem. They fixed that. So let me see if, now if I were to backdash, yeah, see, he still dies. You know, he still explodes basically, you know. So you will have to either just vanish as soon as you see them do that, but you got to be smart about that too, because they can 2H you in expectation of you vanishing. But, you know, all Alright, video too long. PlayStation only got a cap of 15 minutes, at least from what I know. But we back again. So yeah, his command grab is, you know, I still feel like it's pretty good to use. Is negative, not negative, you +5 afterwards. You know, of course you can do a hard read if you want to, but you know, I feel like the positives outweigh the negative of that situation, because the opponent can't press nothing. They gotta hold whatever you do, you know. So the only option they have is to backdash, which is, in the opponent's mind, that can be a death sentence for them if we had a read. So the cards are, you know, the deck is still in our favor when we do command grab now. So that's why I want to speak on that. So now let's talk about his beam again. Or let's talk about EX Rekka and the beam. So now let me just show you here. So of course we got Gogeta set to vanish. So EX Rekka goes full screen now. EX Rekka goes full screen now. That's basically, you know, your way to get in and, you know, start your pressure or whatever. But you combine that with beam now, and it jails. You can literally get in for free. Well, I guess not for free, but half off with beam. And then you just start your pressure that way. And the good thing about that, the good thing about this here, is that people know about it already. So that's what makes it better, is that people know about this. So now you might have people that's trying to stay in the air and avoid getting hit with the EX, you know, the EX Rekka or beam. So now you can use your clones, you know, get in that way. You know, use your air clone because they trying to stay in the air. So now his moves have purpose. You know, his the mind games and kind of condition the opponent to stay in the air. Oh, see, I messed it up. Hold on. Well, you get the idea of what I'm saying. You know, see, so you can get in that way using, you know, all your clones. Once the opponent starts, you know, kind of wanting to stay off the ground, that's when the air clones come in handy. And of course, you got to be careful about your clones because they can get super dash, but you know, of course you can always, let me see, trying to, oh, I got him doing it too fast. Just trying to show a situation like that. You know, the opponent might super dash on reaction as soon as they see the clones, so you can 2H it. But now I feel like Gogeta neutral is a bit better, and he got reasons to use his clones and not feel like it's a death sentence for using it, you know. So let me see, what else is there about Gogeta? What else is there that got significantly buffed with him? Oh, another thing to note is, let me set it to guard cancel. So his 5L can still get guard canceled. However, you can, you know, if you see it coming, you can punish. You gotta be fast or else it'll whiff, and for whatever reason, you know, you can still do, you know, you can still punish. But the good thing is his 2L is actually safe. So you do a block string and you end it with this, the opponent is basically dead after that. So that's a good thing to note. And I just feel like his overall pressure, his mind games is a bit better. He feels more complete now, because last season it just felt like he ain't had no direction, you know. I was making him work just because he my, you know, one of my favorite characters, and you know, my style kind of meshes well with him, and he fits perfectly with Gogeta, not Gogeta, but he fits perfectly with Gotenks and Broly. So, you know, I'm just happy that they, you know, really went all out with him. And it, you know, it's a few things that I still wish they addressed with him, you know, like such as his EX record. You know, it still takes all your smashes. So you gotta use a bar, you know, to get a knockdown, whatever. And, you know, it's not as crucial as before because of the buff to EX record now, but I still wish they addressed it, you know. But good thing is, if you hit somebody with beam from full screen, you hit them with a random, you know, EX, you hit them with a beam, get a nice combo. That part is so hard. You know, you still get a nice combo. You know, you just get something for your troubles, you know. So overall, I say Gogeta is in a much better situation than he was before. Much better situation. You know, like I say, it's still some things that he could use to get fixed on, but for now, I just focus on the buffs, and that's what I would like y'all to focus on, is the buffs. You know, we take things a step at a time. Let's rejoice that they actually listen, you know, and buff Gogeta, and we not like the Goku Black and Zamasu mains, which is horrible for them. I hope they buff them too one day. But yeah, Gogeta is in a much better spot now. He is very solid in my opinion, you know, much better position than he was last season, and I still think that he is best used with characters, you know, that high block stun assists. So, you know, like Gotenks B assist is you know, 40 plus 40 on hit. So, you know, it allows Gogeta, you know, to do stuff like this. Or, you know, it lets Gogeta do his clone mix. So, I feel like he needs assists like that. At least one. At least one. He shouldn't really have too hard of a time getting in. He's still kind of committing to things to get in, but it's not as bad. So that's a plus as well. So now I will leave y'all with some, you know, some combos, some new routes that he got, and I will just say these probably not all of them. They probably not even the optimal routes. Maybe they probably do more damage, but it's not probably the most optimal. Maybe. But I'm just posting, you know, some things that he got now that he didn't have before. So thank y'all for listening, and all Gogeta mains and aspiring Gogeta mains, rise up, because the homie got buff. Y'all take care and enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Try it!